Good morning, students. Let's start with chapter atmosphere. In the previous video, I have explained you about wind. We have discussed about what are the factors affecting the speed and direction of wind. And at last, we have discussed about types of wind. And we have discussed about four types of wind: permanent wind, temporary wind, local wind, and variable wind. So in the previous video I have explained till permanent wind. So today we will discuss or we will start second type of wind. So after permanent wind, again I want to repeat, there are different types of wind. The very first one is permanent, that we have discussed in previous video. Permanent wind. Second is temporary wind, which is also called seasonal wind. Third, local wind. And the last one is variable wind. So let's start with permanent wind we have discussed in the previous video. Now let's start with temporary wind. So in this video I am going to explain you about temporary wind. So let's start. So first we will discuss about first meaning of temporary wind. What is temporary wind? A wind which do not blow throughout the year. And we can say wind which blow only for specific months. That is called temporary wind. Do not blow throughout the year. So this is the meaning. Next we have to learn about other names of temporary wind. What are the other names? Temporary wind is also known as seasonal wind. And we can say this is also called periodic wind. So temporary wind is also known as seasonal wind or periodic wind. These are the other names. Now, next we have to learn about subtypes of temporary wind. What are the other types of temporary wind? Or we can say example. The first one is land and sea breeze. And the second one is monsoon wind. So these are the further types of temporary wind. So we have to discuss land and sea breeze and monsoon wind in detail. So let's start with subtypes. Now first we will discuss about monsoon wind. As we all know, the word monsoon, that is derived from Arabic term Monsoon, which means season. So this is the particular term we have to learn. The word monsoon derived from Arabic term Monsoon, which means season. So basically we have two important seasons here, that summer and winter. So during summer, monsoon winds blow from sea to land, and during winter, monsoon winds blow from land to sea. But why? We have to learn this. Why monsoon winds blow from sea to land during summer and land to sea during winter? We have to learn this part. And we have to learn some theories also here. We have to learn one thing, that most of the scientists believe that, most of the geographers also, they believe that monsoon wind, what is the main cause of monsoon wind? Monsoon wind is caused due to alternate heating of land and water. Instead of this word alternate, if we will use that differential heating of land and water is the main cause of monsoon wind. How? As we know, during daytime, land heats up faster and water takes time to heat up. So land heat up faster and land cools up also faster comparatively to water. So we have to learn this thing. Now, another thing that we have to learn, if we will learn according to the seasons. So during summer, sun rays vertically overhead on Tropic of Cancer, or we can say during summer, sun rays overhead in India. So if the sun rays directly fall over India during summer, so as a result there is a high temperature in northern India. If there is a high temperature in northern India, as we know, there is an inverse relationship between temperature and pressure. If there is a high temperature during summer, so what will be the pressure condition? Yes, there will be a low pressure. As we know that during summer, due to high temperature, land heats up faster, and the surrounding water bodies, that takes time to heat up. So comparatively to land, here what is the temperature condition? There will be a low temperature in the surrounding water bodies. And if there is a low temperature, what will be the pressure condition? As there is an inverse relationship between temperature and pressure. So what will be the pressure condition here? There will be high pressure. And we know that wind always blow from high pressure to low pressure. So during summer, wind blow from sea to land. So this is about summer season. Now we have to learn what happened during winter. Now during winter, sun rays directly overhead. As we know, 0-degree equator divide earth in two parts, or globe in two parts, northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere. India lies in the northern hemisphere, and during winter, sun rays directly overhead on Tropic of Capricorn, and Tropic of Capricorn that lies in the southern hemisphere. Tropic of Capricorn that passes from Australia. Australia lies in the southern hemisphere. If the sun rays directly fall over Tropic of Capricorn, so what kind of temperature condition will be here? High temperature, because the land heats up faster. And if there is a high temperature, what will be the pressure condition? Yes, there will be a low pressure. Now, if the sun rays are not overhead here, so what will be the temperature condition here? There will be a low temperature. And what will be the pressure condition? High pressure. So wind always blow from high pressure to low pressure. So during winter, the wind blow from land to sea. It's all because of the differential rate of heating and cooling of land and water. Differential heating and cooling of land and water is the major cause of seasonal wind. So this is the one theory that we have to learn. Now, another thing that I want to explain you, that in 1686, Hadley, an Englishman, that he explained that monsoon winds are caused due to differential rate of heating and cooling of land and water, that I have explained you here. So according to Hadley, an Englishman, according to Hadley scientists, he believed that monsoon winds are caused due to differential rate of heating and cooling of land and water. But there are other factors also that is responsible for the monsoon wind. And what are the other factors? Direction of mountain ranges, jet stream. Now what is jet stream? Jet stream means fast moving air current that blow in the upper part of troposphere. These are the fast moving air current. Now what actually jet stream do? What is the role of the jet stream? Jet stream that pushes the monsoon winds toward different part of the country. So these are the fast moving air current that pushes the monsoon winds toward different part of the country. Like if I talk about in India, like in northern India, especially Punjab and Haryana, during winter time, Punjab and Haryana receive winter rainfall or light rainfall. Light rainfall occur in Punjab and Haryana during winter time. So how Punjab and Haryana receive light rainfall? Because jet streams, these are the fast moving air current, pushes the monsoon winds toward Punjab and Haryana. Due to these monsoon wind, Punjab and Haryana receive light rainfall, which is good for Rabi crops. Rabi means example wheat, and wheat, that is a crop require cool temperature and less rainfall. So this is regarding, that Hadley, an Englishman, he believed that monsoon winds are caused due to the differential rate of heating and cooling of land and water. Other factors are also responsible that I have told you: direction of mountain ranges, jet stream, and one more theory that is very, very important, that is air mass theory. Now, according to this air mass theory, now what happened here? Before going to learn this theory, we have to learn one more important thing. What is ITCZ? ITCZ means Intertropical Convergence Zone. So we have to learn first expanded form of ITCZ, Intertropical Convergence Zone, ITCZ. Now, see the position of ITCZ on globe. This is 0 degree equator, and at 0 degree equator, trade winds meet here. I have told you in the previous video about permanent wind, and there are three types of permanent wind: trade wind, westerlies, and polar easterlies. Please check the previous video again and see the position of trade wind. Trade winds are of two types: northeast trade wind which blow from subtropical high pressure belt to equatorial low pressure belt. So northeast trade wind and southeast trade wind. So these winds converge, meet at ITCZ. So what is the position of ITCZ? That we can say 5 degree north to 5 degree south. Now in this ITCZ in this zone, intertropical convergence zone, what is the temperature condition here? There is a high temperature. Why there is a high temperature? That everybody know, that sun rays directly fall. If we'll make the position here, so sun rays directly fall over equator. That's why there will be a high temperature, and I have told you if the temperature is high, pressure will be low. So this is very important that we have to learn. Now what happened? This temperature and pressure conditions shifts during summer and winter. If summer will be in northern hemisphere, then high temperature and low pressure exist in the northern hemisphere, and in the southern hemisphere opposite temperature and pressure conditions will prevail. So in southern hemisphere at the same time there will be low temperature and high pressure. So what happened? Wind always blow from high pressure to low pressure. Now this is the condition of summer season in northern hemisphere and winter season in southern. Summer season in northern hemisphere and winter season in southern hemisphere. But during summer, if suppose summer season occur here, if the summer season starts in southern hemisphere, then the temperature and pressure condition of ITCZ will shift here. During summer, this temperature and pressure condition will exist here. So what happened during summer? High temperature and low pressure will shift from this side to this side. And what happened during winter? So during winter, low temperature and high pressure prevails here. And we know wind always move from high pressure to low pressure. So this is all about shifting of ITCZ. If ITCZ shift, this imaginary belt will not shift. What exactly shift? Temperature and pressure condition. If the sun rays vertically fall in northern hemisphere, then high temperature and low pressure prevails here, and in opposite side low temperature and high pressure. And then we have to learn wind always blow from high pressure to low pressure. And on the other side, if sun rays vertically fall in southern hemisphere, so the temperature pressure condition will be changed here. There will be high temperature and low pressure, and in the other hemisphere different temperature pressure conditions will prevail. So this is about the shifting of ITCZ, intertropical convergence zone. So these are the different theories that we use to explain for the causes of monsoon wind. So this is about monsoon wind. So we have to learn during summer in India, basically in India during summer wind blow from sea to land, and during winter wind blow from land to sea. So this is the first type. Now the second we have to learn about land and sea breeze. Now again, the main cause of land and sea breeze also the differential rate of heating and cooling of land and water. Now we have to learn one thing. During daytime what happened? This is land and this is here. In opposite side there is sea. So during daytime, that land heats up faster comparatively to sea. If the land heats up faster, so it means there will be high temperature, and if sea takes time to heat up, so comparatively to this there will be low temperature. And we know again there is an inverse relationship between temperature and pressure. So if there is a high temperature, there will be low pressure, and here If there is low temperature, there is high pressure. So wind always blow from high pressure to low pressure. So we can say during daytime wind blow from sea to land. So this is called sea breeze. Now next is during night time. Now what happened during night time? This is land and this is water body. So during night time land cools up faster comparatively to sea or water body, we can say. So if land cools up faster, so here will be low temperature and it takes time, so here it will be high temperature. And we know if there is a low temperature, high pressure will be there, and if there is high temperature, there will be low pressure. Wind always blow from high pressure to low pressure. So during night time wind blow from land to sea. This is called land breeze that occur during night time. So these are subtypes of seasonal wind, periodic wind, or we can say temporary wind. So this is about second type of wind. The rest two wind, that is local wind and variable wind, that we will discuss in next video. Thank you students.